being a senior now, I have to step up, especially my leadership role. We got a lot of new guys, transfers in, and sometimes they don't know what it takes. We got some guys that's coming back from that squad last year, but just to step up and become a better leader to get these guys, to know what it takes to get to, to win, how to win. It's going to take a lot, but we got a lot of guys, freshmen, that are going to play a lot this year, and we need them to be ready, especially when the games start to get tough, towards February, March. So just trying to be the best leader I can be now, lead this team.
And then with, one of the new guys, Matthew Cleveland's coming in, a guy that you played against last year, now you're playing with him. Just what have you seen from him so far, and just how's he gelling with the team and everything like that?
Yeah, he's great. Obviously a great player playing against him, but now, finally him to join us. I feel like he's a really great pickup. He fits in our program perfectly. His game, really models, and I think the fans are going to love it, but he plays a lot like Jordan Miller. His ability to get to his mid-range pull-up is really unstoppable, and his ability to shoot the three ball as well. And he's super aggressive on the offensive board. He's really sneaky in there and able to snatch some key offensive rebounds when we need it. I feel like he's a really key player for this team, and I feel like the fans are really gonna love him.
In that backcourt, last year was you and Isaiah. Now it's kind of you and Benzie. Just talking about that connection, you got some building, and how's that going?
Yeah, it's been great. We knew Bensley to be that glue guy on defense, especially, and playing with him, and I knew that's something that I need to work on. Last year and then coming in this year, become a better defensive player, and having him test me every day and his ability, and I feel like I've been able, to grow in my defensive ability, just learning from him, and I feel like we'd be able to be a really good 1-2 defensive type of backcourt, but also his ability and his growth he's had since last year, this year, and I feel like it's going to take a lot of people off. It's going to shock a lot of people how much he's grown. And he got my full support, and everybody supports him on the team. And I feel like he's gonna do something really special for us this year.
And if there was one thing about this team that really excites you and makes you think, hey, we can make another run to the Final Four, pretend to get farther, what would that be and why?
I would say our versatility is always going to be good, but this year I feel like our versatility is really great. We got some new key pieces in, like Matthew, who kind of plays like Jordan Miller, but we also have some some guys that are haven't got the playing time before, but have made really key and big jumps from last year to this year, and I feel like it's going to take a lot of people off guard. People kind of think, we have a strong five, but what else do we have? But I see, every day in practice, I see those guys, that the 7, 8, 9 men that can really play, and that really can be key for us down the stretch. And I feel like that's what's going to make us really dangerous when we can get those guys in, and they're giving us big minutes and things like that. I feel like that's what's going to take us over that hump and get us to the national championship.
Sure. That's all I have for you.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Nijel, how much work? You talked about Jordan a couple of times and made the comparison with Matthew. I mean, physically they're even. I mean, you can run offense through Matthew. He can handle the ball. He can bring up. Jordan did a little of everything.
Yep.
Is that? I know it's unfair to tell Matthew be Jordan because that's not right. Let Matthew be Matthew, but
right.
He's going to be that guy, right? He's going to be the Swiss Army knife, I would think.
I would think so too. Obviously they're going to play a little different. Jordan's a lefty, Matthew's a righty, but their games are really similar, I would say. Matthew, obviously he's his own person, but I can see the way that how he plays in practice, how he's able to get a rebound, push the ball down the court. Athletic ability, able to catch lobs, things like that. It just reminds me a lot of how Jordan played. Obviously, he's not going to play as much in the post. He's more of an outside type of player, but he's able to get to his mid ranges, able to get to the basket, and he's able to get offensive, defensive rebounds when we need him to. And I feel like that's what's going to be really key for us.
When you see the banner, and I know last year's over, it's a new year, new goals, and all that, but when you do see that banner for the first time, what do you expect the emotions to be?
I feel like it's going to be great. It's going to be definitely great to see that up, all our hard work, to see the banner. Something's going to be remembered, in Miami history for the rest of the time. Obviously get those rings as well. It's going to be fun. But, we have to put that behind us now. Obviously it's going to be great to see it, enjoy the moment while it happens. But I feel like now, that Final Four banner looks really good up there, but I think it's time for us to finally put a national championship banner up there. And I feel like we have the talent and the ability to do it. It's just as long as we put the work behind it. And we stay and we listen and we play together, I feel like we can finally do something like that.
Nijel, I mean, the Final Four was just 5.5 months ago, but now it's part of the preseason and we're going into the regular season now. I mean, how do you describe your feeling as a leader on this team once again?
It's been good. Transitioning from that great run, that great experience that we had last year, and the transition to a new team. It's doing great things again. Really looking forward to the things we can do this year. Obviously, last year was great, but we got a lot of new guys this year. We got to, get ready for this. Obviously, conference a lot better. Our schedule's a lot harder. So it's going to take it, another level and another effort, to be able to get to that and be able to do what we did last year, but be able to do more and get past that.
So you mentioned the leadership and the schedule that's coming up. What inspired you most about how far the team went last year to make school history, and to come into this year you have a lot of returns coming back as well?
Yeah, it's just, that competitiveness in all of us, inside of me as well, just to continue to grow and do better. We also had that great feeling in our hearts when we made it to the Final Four, and how much fun it was to do all the things that we were to do. And, we got a lot of new guys, but I feel like we had the the ability to do it again, and that excitement and that level and that feeling that we all had. I know that's something that everybody needs to experience, and the competitive nature in our hearts. We definitely want to take it to the next level and do something that we've never done before and win a national championship.
So to set your focus on winning a national championship now, but to think about how that carries into this season, what do you think made this team most unique last year with what you're bringing into this year now?
I feel like our older guys, our leadership, we had a lot of leadership roles, and we had a lot of versatility on that team. Obviously, from our big to our guards, everybody's very, very talented. We were able to catch a lot of people off guard. I feel like it's gonna be a little different this year. A lot of people know what we have. We're not gonna be able to sneak under the radar anymore. So it's gonna take a different level of effort. I feel like we have the ability to do it. We just got to put the pieces together, and when the time comes, be able to do what we got to do best.
How do you describe the energy in practice right now, and what it takes to prepare for a season, to go after a national championship and set the bar higher each time?
Yeah, the energy's been great. Leading up to this, obviously this is the period kind of where it sucks, where you're just practicing but no games, and we're obviously coming up on our first couple games here and getting ready for that. I feel like we've been really competitive all summer. We had that experience in Paris, which really got us ready to bond the new guys and all of our new people together, and that really helped us for sure. I feel like we got a lot of extra practice, especially with that Paris trip. So I feel like it kind of prepared us for the beginning of the season. We've been working really, really hard, but only time is going to tell, especially when these first games coming up, to see how well we can do.
What do you think you've learned most about the team this year as you guys look to take that next step on the national level?
Just seeing how much guys have grown from last year. We've seen people's certain roles, and people's roles definitely have to step up. Obviously we got, we lost some key players with Jordan Miller and Isaiah Wong, but I've seen, guys like Wilgan and Bensley step up in their roles, playing really, really hard, and then learning our new guys. We got a transfer in. We got a lot of freshmen that are going to play key minutes for us. And some guys that are going to have to elevate their roles as well. So just seeing how they've elevated and continued to get better throughout the season and throughout the off season, it's just really, really good to watch, and getting ready for the season.
It seemed like during last year, throughout the regular season, when you guys started 15-0 at home, then you guys go to the ACC tournament. Before you know it, you're cruising right through the actual tournament. With the fan base that supported you guys, how do you think that relationship will affect the season?
I feel like it's gonna be great, especially this year. I feel like they're head over heels for us. They've been, supporting us all the way, and seeing them, traveling all over across the country for the NCAA tournament, just shows the type of love that the fans have for us. We're really excited to see it, especially with our first games coming up. We're obviously going to need, the fan love and, the atmosphere in the Wasco like we had, especially towards the end of the year last year. And I feel like it gives us an extra boost, gives us, an advantage playing at home, and, we really play off that energy.
You mentioned the advantage of having them at home, but also with them traveling across the country. How do you believe the fan base, the team, Coach L's coaching staff have gone hand in hand over the last year?
Yeah, it's definitely grown. I feel like our connection, with the fans, Coach L is obviously a wholesome person. He always, anytime I see him talking to a person or a fan or anybody, he's always super nice and genuine to them, and I try to be the same way. And I feel like building that connection between players and fans and support, I feel like it's like we're all one big family. At the end of the day, we all support, the University of Miami. At the end of the day, we all want to win. So to be able to, manipulate the defense in certain ways that I want them to be able to put my guys in the best positions to score and things like that, just making everybody on the court around me better. I feel like that'll take my game to a whole nother level.
Is there a specific game that you have scheduled? Maybe you didn't perform well against a certain team last year. Is there a certain game, or maybe like Kentucky, that's going to be a big one, that you kind of looking forward to the most?
It's kind of hard to say. All of them are going to be really key for me. But it's always going to be fun now. Especially playing at Kentucky is going to be, a lot of fun, and being able to grow up and say that you played at basically all the Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun to play there. I know the atmosphere is going to be crazy. Hopefully to get some Canes fans in there as well. But just being able to travel around this year, we get to play in some special places, get to play in Brooklyn. I'm looking forward to that one as well. We get to go to the Bahamas and play.
Yeah.
So all those different types of games I'm really looking forward to playing in and those different atmospheres and having a lot of fun with it.
No doubt. And obviously you're your own player, but is there a certain guy in the NBA, maybe it's his form or kind of the way he plays the one, but that you like would watch like a little bit closer?
Yeah, being a player right now, it's kind of hard to have, one person that I kind of watch. I kind of like pick and choose between a lot of different people. Trying to take bits and pieces from each one of their games. Watch a lot of Dame, watch a lot of Steph Curry. Just all those guards that are, not super big and not super athletic, but, use their, their skill, their IQ to be really effective and dominant in the game. I try to take pieces from them because I know that's kind of translatable to my game since I'm not, the tallest or the most athletic. So just trying to watch those guys, no matter if they're in high school, no matter if they're in college, they're in the NBA, I try to watch a lot of film and watch people and take bits and pieces from everybody's game.